So the Real Network is one of two businesses that has been spun out of Cliff Central. Cliff Central turned 10 just 2 days ago as of the recording of this interview. So it doesn't feel like 10 years. I mean, it feels like just the other day. But essentially we've got something called the Podcast Party, which is much more, I suppose, critical thinking, nation building. It's a lot more of the NGO feel. And we're trying to interview the smartest people in the world, trying to get the most insightful answers to very complex questions. It's not going to be for everybody, but I think it's going to make a difference. The Real Network is a commercial venture, which I've launched with my partner, Gareth van Vieren. You get two Gareths for the price of one.
Nice.
And it's a part of the family of companies in the Wrapped Group, which is an advertising agency. And the Real Network is a content engine. It's a factory for magic. We're going to be making original South African and African content. We have a number of shows lined up already. I can't tell you too much about the ones that are still on the way, but they're going to be fantastic and huge for that. So we're going to have an offering for anybody by the end of it. And I think we're going to break some walls down and smash open some new openings in the world. So I think a lot of people call something a podcast, even though it's not. It's a video. But it's amazing that the term podcast is sexier than I'm a video content creator. People want to go, I'm a podcaster. We've welcomed everyone who wanted to and could do a podcast. I've always said there should be two reasons you do it. Number one, because you're the only one doing that subject matter. You're the only one who is really putting something out there that no one else has done before, or doing it better than anyone else. So in other words, you're more passionate, you're more informed, you can add layers other people can't. But the negative to the low barrier to entry is there's going to be a lot of noise. There are going to be a lot of really shitty podcasts by people who don't know what they're doing. And that's also okay. We'll eventually, the audience is smart enough to separate the wheat from the chaff. And I think that's what's going on right now. So I think somewhere in the next 2 to 5 years, you're going to see a separating out, a distillation of the really powerful, really successful podcasts that will go sky high, generate enormous audience numbers, be able to monetize themselves and become businesses, as has happened in other parts of the world. And then there will be a vast majority, we're talking like 95% of them, that will just be hobbies. People will say, I've got a podcast, and most people will go, I don't care. I think the word discipline is integral here. So you have to be consistent. You can't decide you're going to do a podcast and take a hiatus of 2 weeks because you're on holiday. You can't decide you're not going to record this week because there's a public holiday, or because your daughter's sick, or something else. If you're going to deliver content professionally to people, or you're going to try and do as good a job as you possibly can, you need to deliver daily, weekly, monthly, whatever you've decided, but you've got to do it as per that schedule. If you miss one, then you're a joke. Brands are very, very nervous to put money in influencers' hands, where those influencers may be temperamental, controversial, inconsistent. So you have to win their trust. You have to be able to deliver audience, because the whole reason advertisers would be interested in you is because you can do something for them. You can help them market a service, market a product, do something interesting. And I think that that's largely what we've done. The beauty of it is that you can create really authentic, really original content, and it means something. And to that audience who are part of that podcast environment, you're essentially buying into that community as a brand, which has tremendous and hugely impactful power. I think what's happening is very exciting, because really nobody is able to predict the future properly anymore, and things move so fast that you need to be as nimble as possible. And where podcasting has done exactly that, is it has been cheap, it has been able to turn on a dime, it's been able to generate the kind of stuff that paying clients want, and it can do it overnight. You also are attracting the best talent, because you can't fill 45 minutes of podcast with someone who's vacuous and stupid. It's not going to work. This is an opportunity for people who take the possibility of becoming businesses in themselves and doing things that make a difference for other people, that take themselves seriously. This is a chance for them to actually prove it. Come to these shows, come to this festival, come and learn, sit there, take notes, ask questions, meet the other people in the business, and maybe have those relationships like you and I and Spoo have. I'm Gareth Cliff, and I'm looking forward to being at the Podcast and Music Festival. I hope I'll see you there.